What's up, you beautiful weirdos? Welcome back to Minds of the Macabre, the show where two old friends in horror share their journey into the heart of darkness.
Hey boils and ghouls, Lee here. Today we're going to answer the question, what is the worst execution in history?
We as a people have been rather brutal to each other, and not much has changed. Or has it? Today we bring you our first top 10 of the worst methods of execution in history.
Dun dun dun. I think it goes without saying that viewer discretion is advised.
Hold on, it's fucking sponsor time, okay? And we don't have one, so
We don't.
we're gonna sponsor it ourselves. Well,
Yeah.
so this segment is sponsored by To The Grave. Dark art, tattoos, merchandise, and all that wonderful stuff that makes your weird little hearts go, yes please. Give them a follow, To The Grave, and back to the video.
Yeah, we're going to start with number 1 on our list of worst ways to die.
I'll stop doing that.
I'm going to have my tablet out for this just because as we are doing these episodes, we're also learning ourselves about things in history and movies and literature, so it's all a learning curve for everybody.
It's educational.
It's educational. The more you know. So Lee's number 1, boiling alive.
Oof.
Yeah. Victims were slowly lowered into boiling liquids like water, oil, tar,
Anything
burn
you
your
can boil?
skin. Yeah, anything you can boil, really.
Yeah.
Often remaining conscious as their skin and tissues dissolved. This method was used in Japan and France by King Henry VIII of England.
1, so 5, 6. They're before the V. That's 4D.
So boils and ghouls. In that case, don't ask Lee to do Roman numerals if you want a tattoo.
But we know now.
And knowing is half the battle.
When it comes to getting boiled alive,
What do you think?
man.
What is that rate up there for you? If we got to go like on a 1 to 10 basic pain scale here.
well, I mean, it really depends on how it happens, right? Did you know that Richard Rose was the first man in Britain to be publicly boiled alive? King Henry VIII handed down the death sentence to Roose after he alleged act poisoning. It would be unprecedented as he became the first person in Britain to publicly execute by... He was publicly executed by boiling.
Wow,
So,
that's nice.
yeah.
That's a nice little genesis for boiling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brother,
And then it just evolved over the years, and people are like, "Hey, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm feeling
Because, like,
feeling frisky today. Let's try oil on this guy instead of water."
they didn't just boil him. Like, they didn't just put him in. They repeatedly
No,
brought him in, took him out. Brought him in, took him out.
He took it out.
out.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? They did it for, like...
that reprieve makes
Yeah.
the going back in that much worse.
Yeah, designed to prolong death. But it's believed that it's not the burns themselves that are fatal, rather than the shock.
That's like the steel mill that I worked at. We had guys get splashed with steel, and it's not the burn, it's not like the burn that kills you, but the infection that comes.
Yep.
So if you on like a 1 to 10, what are we saying then? 1 out of 10, 10 being the worst, 1 being, you know what, I could do that.
I once burned myself on a log.
You serious?
And,
That's the same.
well, it's
I mean,
not,
it's pretty
it's a
much
burn, right? But, like,
burn, being lowered
it
in a
was-
boiling tar, same deal.
Same shit, different day.
burns, man. Burns to me are...
They suck.
And they take forever.
That's
you
the
know
thing,
what I mean?
right?
So, like, it's not slow. I would give it... If I was to be boiled alive repeatedly,
It's
over
up
and
there
over.
for me. They take a little while, and they're fucking moving around and trying to put this fire out that's just completely consumed them, and it's rough.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine hours of that, because they're only alive for so long before either shock kicks in or they just die, right?
Yeah, yeah.
With being boiled, you go for a while. And that's like, you see the evolution with a lot of these is they learn how to keep people alive for longer and conscious longer for a little more pain.
I'd give it it's your whole body too. Like
Everything.
it's not just like stop scratching yourself,
Stop it.
boy.
I gotta say that's like a hard 7 for me.
I give it a 7 or an 8. Yeah,
Bam.
7, bro. Since we're on the topic quickly, killing Western Christian missionaries were assumed to involve in some sort of boiling alive before eating them. So they'd actually like cook them like lobster.
Lobster. Yeah.
Cook them like lobster and then eat them.
That's
And I'm
wild.
gonna tell you right now, I love me a good lobster.
What the fuck?
In case no one knows that already.
Would you try human?
Ooh, that is a... I don't know if I'd want to say that on TV, to be honest with you.
We're probably not gonna share that, guys.
That is for me to know and for you to find out.
But
No,
you know,
I'll just eat my lobster.
right circumstances kind of deal. You know what I mean. You're like, I'm thinking like
I don't know.
Dyatlov Pass type deal. Like, you know, you have to resort to it because it's survival.
Yeah, like if you had to resort to it, then
I'm sure that's
yeah,
an
of
episode
course.
we'll do. Is
Actually-
about the cannibals of Dyatlov Pass.
At the shop, we had a question we asked all the artists, which was first to get eaten and last to get eaten. So I was picked last because I smoke.
Yeah.
And I'm just, at first I was a little offended.
How dare you?
Because I'm like, you know, it's just smoked meat, man. You know what I mean? That's all it is. But then at the same time, I thought about it and I was just like, well, that's fine. If I'm the last to get eaten, then you're all going to fucking die. Because I'm going to eat all of you.
Yeah.
Like, simple as that. So I'm the survivor.
Kill them all.
Yeah, I'd give myself probably a good 5 hours before I'm picking my first
5 hours.
sweet cheeks or whatever they're called, sweetbreads from
Sweetbreads.
what is that, Red Dragon? That's how the detective
Oh, yeah.
got Hannibal Lecter, is he had the morgue book and
I don't know,
had
yeah.
cutting the rump out or something, or the lower back of
Yeah.
someone, and then he had put fucking sweetbreads.
I will
with it.
say that Hannibal Lecter did make brains look very delicious. In
Hey, man,
Hannibal.
he can
like,
that's why I'm
He
saying,
really
man,
did.
right circumstances. Like, hey, we're here. He's already like this. Maybe, you know, all right. Maybe
Yeah.
you just break me off a little piece.
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done.
Moving on.
Moving
to
on.
Number 2, and this isn't in any kind of rated order yet, so don't think that this is like the number 2 song.
no.
Sawing. Victims
Buzzsaw.
were tied upside down and sawn in half from the groin upwards. A method used by Romans, Persians, and others, with the blood rush to the head keeping them conscious, often up to the midriff. It's a lot of sawing.
That's a lot of sawing.
Like,
and
to get to your belly button of this rusty... Oh,
Yeah.
he's already gone through your giblets, man.
Yeah.
Like, Terrifier.
I was gonna
First
say, yeah.
Terrifier, right? Like, we'll put a little bing. It's gonna be censored, but you know, if you go to
Yeah.
our Patreon, you can see all this stuff, and there won't be any editing.
Yeah, it was actually still, after seeing all 3 Terrifier movies, that is still my favorite death scene. Like, where I actually was like, ugh, you know, like,
Yeah.
that's just brutal.
It was just, yeah, that's the word for it, man. is
Coworker of
brutality.
mine actually met that lady, that actress, and asked her about that scene, the sawing torture scene. Yeah, there's a whole thing
Yeah,
about how they
she's
did it.
pretty exposed, and you can
Yeah.
only hang someone upside down for so long. So we have historical association being medieval Europe, although records indicate its use in ancient Rome, China, Persia, and other regions.
Oh,
The
yeah.
victim was often suspended upside down, a position believed to increase the blood flow to the brain, of course, and delay the unconsciousness. Despite severe pain and significant blood loss, allowing the process to be prolonged.
I still think that is something where I would go into shock before I would get the full effects.
You would hope so. You would
Yeah.
really hope so, man, because that
Yeah.
just putting
One of
that
them.
blade on your
Yeah.
nuts and just feeling that, and it, like, dude.
Yeah, no.
And to go even the chest to get his oh man.
I just got my chest finished getting tattooed about a month or 2 ago, and right here, I swear I saw God, and I don't even believe in God.
Yes, Satan.
And so to have like a saw going through your ribs and your
can't even
spine.
imagine.
Like, oh, yeah.
Like you hear a lot of guys who have been in combat, even just getting shot, and they just like, you think you know the pain, or you think you know the pain scale, and you have no idea until like something like that happens. And you think even just a bullet thing. Sorry, I'm totally sidetracked on this. And it's not the bullet itself that does the damage; it's the velocity, the speed that the bullet is going. Because you watch how the bullet hits, but it hollows out everything around it because it's going so fast. So it literally just pushes everything out of the way. So yeah, this little bullet hole is like this, but for a split second, it opened you up like that, depending on the caliber.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're hard.
Tact velocity.
Dude, it can like ricochet off a bone. Like I watched one, he got hit in the back, but it ricocheted down his back, down into his leg. So, man, just imagining that go through your whole body. The practice was also documented in Japan, where Oda Nobunaga reportedly punished a would-be assassin by burying him in sand and slowly sawing his neck with a dull bamboo saw over 3 days.
Well, you know what they say, one saw at a time. Bone saw tomahawk.
Are you just making shit up now?
Have you not seen that movie?
Is that the one with Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
No, I know I need
Dude.
to see it. Moving right along.
So Lee's number 3 would be the Ling Chi, which is slow slicing or death from 1,000 cuts. Yes.
So,
Dude.
I don't know if we can use that.
So the Ling Chi was a form of torture and execution used in China from roughly 900 until it was banned in 1905. That's a long time.
1905 seems recent.
That's very recent.
Like it's not, obviously,
it is.
but it's still it's pretty close.
It was also used in Vietnam and Korea. In this form of execution, a knife was used to methodically remove portions of the body over an extended period of time, eventually resulting in the death.
Yeah.
So, Ling Chi was reserved for the crimes viewed as especially heinous, such as treason. I looked up some of Ling Chi, and like, there's so many methods you could do with it too. Like, you could even just like cut people. Like, you could just use like 1, 2. You know what I mean? Just over time. Or they would literally take off pieces of meat.
Yeah.
Like there's one photo out there. I'll send it to you. And it shows a man. He's still alive and he's walking with 2 guards behind him. And he's got like pieces of his meat just gone.
Yeah, dude, it's rough. I think the cartels still do that to this day, and they have taken it to a whole nother level, man.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Just flayed.
Yeah.
Whole heads gone, skin. Oh,
yeah.
If anybody knows Ghost Rider and Funky Town, then you know what I'm talking about.
This Ling Chi could be used for the torture and execution of a person or applied as an act of humiliation after death.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's deep.
It was meted out of major offenses such as high treason, mass murder, or the murder of one's master or employer. However, emperors used it to threaten people and sometimes order it for minor offenses or for family members of their enemies. While it's difficult to obtain accurate details of how the executions took place, they generally consisted of cuts to the arms, legs, and chest, leading to amputation of limbs, followed by decapitation or stab to the heart. If the crime was less serious or the executioner was merciful, the first cut would be to the throat, causing death. Subsequent cuts served solely to dismember the corpse. I remember when I was younger, I went and saw this movie, Urban Legends. I don't know if you remember that one.
Of course. It had Robert Englund in it, so of
Yes.
course I watched it.
Of course, yes. So there's a scene where the girl was tied down and the killer had a scalpel.
It's been a while. I gotta watch that again.
And ever since I saw this when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and there's this, and they like literally like took the scalpel and cut right into her stomach as like it was almost like death by 1,000, or it's like Lin Chi.
Yeah.
But I remember when I saw that, like I just got like ugh, you know, like scalpels and cuts.
That was
Like, to me, I can't stand it. You know what I mean?
That was RoboCop 2 for me as a kid.
Yeah.
There's a scene with the dirty cop where they have him strapped down to the bed. And Kane and the kid and the girl, and they're all in the room, and he ends up cutting him with a scalpel.
Oh yeah.
And makes the kid watch, but they didn't show much. They showed the initial cut and some blood squirts, and it was brutal. But like his screaming and the score, everything together, just vicious, man.
Yeah, man. So Death by and then also it was in a movie you just recently watched that I love, which is Wizard of Gore.
2007.
2007
and
Wizard
I've
of
seen
Gore.
It now,
yeah.
So.
Yeah. But what do we rate that?
That's rough, dude, because they know where to cut to avoid arteries.
I give it a 6.
Yeah, I'd have to say.
I'm just trying to think of what I could handle more of.
I could
compared
do that
to others
than being boiled.
Yes,
I could definitely
agree
do
with
that over being boiled for sure. As much as it would still suck, but
Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
I mean, I'm gonna cry like a baby no matter what any of these things. Fucking forget about the mental. I still give it a 6.
Yeah, I'd have to. I think that's probably
just because it's meant to be prolonged. Usually, like unless they slit your throat and like do a merciful kill.
Yeah, and there's no merciful boiled.
No, there isn't. You're being boiled.
You bleed out if they cut your throat. Like you're not gonna be alive very long.
I give the Lynchy a 6.
Yeah. Agreed.
These all suck, though. I would not want any of these in my everyday life.
Moving on to number 4. Not in that specific order, technically. And I'm gonna stop singing now. The goggles, they do nothing. Coming in at number 4, we got Scaphism number 4. Scaphism, gonna get into Scaphism going number 1. Also known as the boats, was an alleged ancient Persian method of execution, described by the Greek historian Plutarch in his work Life of Artaxerxes. This method is believed to have originated around 500 BC. It involved trapping the condemned individual between 2 hollowed out boats or tree trunks, with their head, hands, and feet protruding, rendering them immobile. The victim was then force-fed a mixture of milk and honey until they were engorged. Rough go, oh no, don't feed me that wonderful honey. And their body was smeared with the same substance. Okay, that's being sticky. No, thank you. I put my
I'd feel gross
all over being sticky. Anyways, this process was repeated daily, prolonging the victim's suffering daily. The sticky mixture attracted flies, wasps, bees, and other insects, which would lay eggs on the victim's exposed skin and in their orifices. As the victim defecated and vomited within the confined space, the resulting filth and putrefaction bred swarms of maggots and other vermin, which would enter the body and consume the flesh from the inside out.
That's pretty fucking gross, man.
The victim was also left exposed to the sun, causing severe dehydration, sun exposure, hoarding.
What you do.
According to Plutarch, the soldier Mithridates, probably, sure, who was punished for revealing the true circumstances of his killing of Cyrus the Younger, suffered this fate for 17 days before dying.
What?
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm being fed sugar. I'm taking this over the last 2. For sure. I say that, but then you get that sticky crap all over me and you're attacked by bugs and you can't do anything.
I don't know about that, man. That sounds like you could live a lot longer and go through a lot more with that, but
17 days, that one guy.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, so you're talking they would lay maggots in their brains and their heads and there's nothing you can do about it.
All the bugs
Dude,
would, yeah.
I just got over 3 weeks of a migraine, and I'm telling you, I wanted to
Today, Junior!
I wanted to bash my fucking brains in.
Yeah.
Couldn't imagine being sitting there with all this fucking sweet shit all over my body and my head and my face, and these insects are
going into your holes and
that would drive
you.
That would drive me insane. Like I would just lose it.
I'm gonna lose my freaking mind.
So I don't know, man. That's pretty brutal, dude.
So another thing that would happen too, because that isn't mentioned here, because of the mixture of the honey and the milk, and that they were fed so much of it, and they were also stuck in their little coffin on the water, so most of the times, they would have diarrhea, and so they would poo themselves.
Poo? What? Poo?
As they were also sticky and being attacked. So I mean, you're just drenched in your own diarrhea, vomit, and
you're just a disgusting cesspool for bugs.
Eaten the
Yeah,
inside out.
you're just a cesspool.
I know that's
Living
rough,
one.
man. But if I gotta,
Sounds like Winnie the Pooh's wet dream.
I feel like I would take Ling Chi over this
I wouldn't want to do that
because I would
No.
die quicker.
I mean, I wouldn't want any of them. But
and there's
at
a
the same
chance
time,
that you get the throat cut right out of the
Yep.
way.
exactly.
But over being boiled for a day,
Well,
but 2
I don't-
weeks in a fucking thing sticky until you die in the sun.
I don't think I could do that.
Well, I mean,
Well,
it's not like you'd
I
have a
mean,
choice. so.
No, none of these you have a fucking choice.
You
By the
got
way,
no choice.
yeah,
You gotta, you know.
that one's up there for me because it's not a right away physical pain.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of mental game right there.
That,
you know what I
that's
mean?
the
That's a mental
that
game.
That makes people
And I'll tell
quit.
you right now, I've said this more times than I'd like to. I would rather get tattooed for like 5 hours on my junk than go through an hour of like mental fucking pain and anguish that I know I could suffer. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
that's a mental game right there that I don't know if I would be able to handle. I give that like an 8.
I say I'd probably put that at 7, so we'll call it 7
Yeah.
and a half. We didn't rate sawing.
We didn't rate sawing.
Shit. Okay, scale of 1 to 10 for sawing.
Yeah.
That's pretty. That's got to be a 10. Like maybe. I mean,
I look at that like I think about the process and every little grate. Like, you know, a saw has
oh yeah,
those little hooks.
oh
and
yeah.
There's like,
and they saw through your pelvis.
and it's like you could feel every single one.
Then they hit your pelvis, and then they're sawing through that,
Yeah.
and all your nerves and your balls.
Yeah, that's a
into-
9 right there for me, man.
Yeah.
That's a 9.
I'm gonna take that to a 9.
Yeah. And so number 5, the Brazen Bull. The Brazen Bull is a hollow bronze bull used as an execution device, involving placing a victim inside and lighting a fire beneath it. The heat caused the victims to scream, but the bull's design distorted the scream to sound like the resembling of a bull's bellow, creating a macabre spectacle for onlookers, for people. Once again, Wizard of Gore has this in it, so I highly recommend it because that was my favorite scene in the whole movie.
Go fucking watch Wizard of Gore 2007 and watch the 70s one too. It's vicious because not only now you got claustrophobia
Yep.
and the heat, like you would go insane in your head too, right? Because claustrophobia.
You're being cooked.
So I wonder how long though until you suffocate though,
Well, you got smoke insulation.
right? And the heat, you're gonna burn your lungs
burning.
out. There's nothing. There's no rest. There's nothing you can touch. That's you. Everything you touch is burning you horribly.
The bull was said to have been hollow and made entirely of bronze, with a door on one side. According to legend, the condemned were locked inside the device with their head aligned with the bull's head. So your head is also like enclosed in one spot.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then a fire was set beneath it, heating the metal to the extent that a person will slowly roast to death.
Did you know
What?
the creator of the Brazen Bull? Is that there?
I was about to
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's all good. According to legend, when the bull was reopened, the body was charred, the victims scorched bones, and the scone like jewels, and were made into bracelets. Yeah. After finishing construction of the on the execution device, Polaris said to Polaris to Polaris.
Wow.
Right?
There's a mouthful.
Yeah, his screams will come to you through the pipes as the tendon the tenderest, most pathetic, most melodious of bellowings. Polaris believed that he would receive a reward for the invention. Yeah. Instead,
Wait a sec.
Polaris, who was disgusted by these words, ordered his horn sound system to be tested on this man who created it. Before Polaris could die, Polaris ordered him removed from the bull. After freeing him from the bull, Polaris is then said to have had Polaris thrown into his death from the top of a high cliff. And then that emperor died by the brazen bull by
Just
another
cursed.
man. Yeah.
Just cursed from the get-go.
Yeah. So he was locked in there, and a fire was set so that he could hear the sound of the screams.
Yeah.
But he didn't actually die. Before he could die, that's when he was
Lucky guy.
thrown from a cliff.
Wow.
And for me, I am claustrophobic.
Yeah. I went caving
And-
once as a kid, even with claustrophobia, and it was like tight spaces, kind of intense caving. Horrible.
Yeah, you're being cooked like in a smoker.
Dude, and
Like-
like everyone in the village is coming around, hanging out. That's the other thing
Yeah.
about these executions, you know. As a people, that was our entertainment. Are you not entertained? That was going to the theater, was watching executions, man. And it's not like it was for everyone either, but it was the normal thing.
I'm being cooked. I'm being smoked. My head is restrained. I'm in a tight location. I've probably seen people die from that. That's a 9 for me, bro. That's almost a 10. I would not like.
I gotta agree. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
thinking of everything else. At least with boiling, like, you get taken out and you're not enclosed.
Yeah.
I mean, sawing sucks either way. It's pretty up there with sawing, I'd
Yeah.
say. Yeah, 9, man. I gotta
Yeah.
go with the 9. Okay, moving on to headline. Deadline. I don't know.
The headline deadline.
We're never gonna figure that out.
Spooky time.
Ta-da!
Whoa. What is that?
Oh, you're about to find out. Man with sore nipple, shocked to learn he had knife blade in his chest for 8 years. August 15th, 2025. A Tanzanian man who came to the hospital complaining of pain and pus discharge from his right nipple was shocked to learn that he had been living with a large knife blade lodged in his chest for 8 years. Doctors at the Muhimbili National Hospital in Tanzania recently published a most unusual case study in the scientific journal National Library of Medicine. They wrote about a 44-year-old, generally healthy man who came to the hospital with a 10-day-long history of white pus discharge from his right nipple.
Yeah, you're healthy, bro.
Just a little nip pus. He denied any chest pain, difficulty breathing, cough, or fever, but asked if he had anything notable to tell doctors. He recalled a violent altercation 8 years prior. Let me pick my fucking nuts here first. A violent altercation 8 years prior, during which he had sustained several cuts to his face, back, chest, and abdomen. Doctors had managed to suture the wounds back then, and he had lived a mostly uneventful life ever since, up until his nipples started oozing pus. Unable to determine the cause of the infection, doctors ordered an x-ray exam and were shocked to see a giant knife blade lodged in the man's chest.
I don't understand how you would not know from day one.
I can't comprehend in the slightest. It looks like it's in his spine.
It looks like it goes from front to back.
Yeah.
And it looks like it came from the back.
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously.
Stabbed in the back. And it's like, how is that not through his heart?
He
Like,
had an altercation with somebody, and you just missed all your ribs, missed your vital organs, and literally just, you're like, I feel fine.
Hey doc, generally pretty good, feeling pretty good. I kind of got some stuff going on with my right nipple, but let's just find out what's going on. Maybe I got an infection. That's a big buck. That's what that is. Well, that's
The more you
something
know.
else.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gents and ladies, that's the show for today. Let us know in the comments which one is the worst for you and which one you would be delighted to take for a spin. If you have more info, add it.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Don't forget to check us out on Patreon. We have a few different membership options.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram as well. Like and share. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Coming in the future. Coming.
And Murphy says bye as well, except he's napping.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
All right, get the fuck out of here. We're done. Go away.
Peace, everybody.
Till next time.